The Dana School of Music, now located in Youngstown on the campus of YSU, actually got its start in Warren, originally named the Dana Musical Institute.
It was founded by a very well-known family from this area, the Dana family.
We'll tell you about the founder of the school and his family in the new YSU.
The new YSU is brought to you by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Youngstown State University's Bliss Hall houses the Dana School of Music. You would think the man for whom the school is named would be a brilliant musician. However, Melissa Carmen, director of the Sutliff Museum in Warren, says that's not quite the case.
This is William Henry Dana. He is the actual founder of Dana's Musical Institute, which was founded in 1869. We found out that he was not a brilliant composer. He wasn't necessarily a really good musician, but he understood the theory behind creating good music.
William Henry Dana was the son of Julius Dana, a well-known industrialist in Warren.
They were businessmen, especially Julius Dana. He was a very important businessman. He invested in the opera house that was in Warren.
William Henry Dana went a different path from his family, very different than a lot of traditional mentality at the time.
Megan Reed is the director of the Trumbull County Historical Society.
Dana was in school at a seminary actually up in Massachusetts at the time that the Civil War broke out. And it was after the war that he came back and realized that he wanted to found a musical school.
Went to England and studied at the Royal Academy of Music and brought what he learned as far as rhetoric and theory to his curriculum.
One of the very first things we have here is one of two books that William Henry Dana published on music theory throughout his career.
Reed says at first the Dana family didn't support William Henry in his endeavors to open the school.
The story goes, his father was walking home one day and passed by the Dana School of Music and heard the Hallelujah chorus being sung, and it really hit him, and he realized the impact that his son was having on the community. And it wasn't until that moment that his father decided to financially invest in the institution and really help it grow. The Dana School of Music was the fourth musical school in the country, so you can see that there's a precedent being set here. He wasn't really looking at other organizations in the country necessarily to guide his thought process.
The institute began on the third floor of what was once known as the Smith and McCombs building. After a year, it moved to the American House Hotel, built in 1912.
Which sat right on Courthouse Square. After William Henry Dana sort of retired from the school, his son, Lynn Dana, took over, and he was president of the school for 25 years. One of the favorite things that I have in our collection is a photo on the Dana School of Music stairs of one of their classes.
At its height, the Dana School housed over 100 full-time and 600 part-time students. However, by the 1940s, those numbers fell to just over 50 full-time and 200 part-time students.
And it was difficult for them to have the resources to gain accreditation. So the musical school was accredited in the 1920s, but over the next 20 years, with declining numbers, it became significantly harder for them to meet those expectations.
Because of that, in 1941, the Dana School joined forces with Youngstown State University, or as it was called at the time, Youngstown College.
Here we have Lynn Dana Jr., the son of Lynn Sr. He's actually the one to be credited with the merger, the actual merger with the Dana Musical Institute and Youngstown College. I believe that Youngstown College saw that this was something that could have become more than just a small school of music education. And we see that today, that it's still around.
From everything that I've read and the historians that have done research before us as well, what I gather is that he really saw a need for it throughout the country, and he had a passion for music. He saw what music could do to transform lives and saw the need. I think he had a lifelong passion for wanting to get music into people's lives, into people's hearts, and use the Dana School of Music and his influence there as one way of doing that.